Stop this video right now. Go check your kitchen drawer. See that manual can opener? The one you bought for $5 and never thought about? That's worth $1,000 when the grid goes down. Those reading glasses on your bathroom counter? $600. That old cast iron pan sitting in your cabinet? $800. Pause. Lean in closer to camera. You're sitting on $11,000 in post-collapse currency right now, and you don't even know it. This isn't about going to the store. This isn't about spending money you don't have. This is about 11 common items already in your house that'll be worth more than gold when SHTF. And I'm going to show you exactly which ones, why they're valuable, and what most people do wrong that makes them worthless. Let's go. Number 1. Cast iron skillet. You paid $30 at Target. Maybe you inherited one from grandma, sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, probably using it once a month for cornbread or a steak. Worth $800 when the grid goes down. Here's why. When the power fails, every electric stove in America becomes a paperweight. Gas stoves work until the gas runs out. Then they're paperweight too. Microwave, useless decoration. Air fryer, expensive trash. But cast iron works on fire, on coals, on camp stoves, on anything that produces heat. This isn't new technology. This is 2,000-year-old technology. It worked before electricity. It works after electricity. Everything else is temporary. Cast iron is permanent. And here's the thing about cast iron that makes it worth $800. It gets better with use. Not worse, better. That non-stick pan in your cabinet, coating flakes off after 2 years. Can't use metal utensils. Can't use high heat. Fall apart when you need it most. Cast iron is the opposite. The more you use it, the better the seasoning. The better the seasoning, the better it cooks. 40 years from now, it cooks better than the day you bought it. It's also indestructible. Drop it, still works. Overheat it, still works. Leave it in the rain for 6 months, clean it, re-season it, and it still works. Your great-grandparents cooked on cast iron. Your great-grandchildren will cook on the same pan. If you take care of it, one pan lasts 200 years. When collapse comes and everyone's electric kitchen is dead, this is the only cookware that functions. No alternatives, no replacements, no manufacturing. The cast iron pans that exist right now are the last generation. When these are gone, they're gone. Smart preppers have 3 different sizes: 8-inch for small meals, 12-inch for family cooking, 14-inch for groups. Total cost, $90. Post. Collapse value, $2,400. You already have one in your cabinet. You just didn't know you were sitting on $800 of survival currency. Number 2. Cast iron skillet. So, you paid $30 at Target. Maybe you inherited one from grandma, sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, probably using it once a month for cornbread or a steak. Worth $800 when the grid goes down. Here's why. When the power fails, every electric stove in America becomes a paperweight. Gas stoves work until the gas runs out. Then they're paperweight too. Microwave, useless decoration. Air fryer, expensive trash. But cast iron works on fire, on coals, on camp stoves, on wood stoves, on anything that produces heat. This isn't new technology. This is 2,000-year-old technology. It worked before electricity. It works after electricity. Everything else is temporary. Cast iron is permanent. And here's the thing about cast iron that makes it worth $800. It gets better with use. Not worse, better. That non-stick pan in your cabinet? Coating flakes off after 2 years. Can't use metal utensils. Can't use high heat. Toxic when overheated. Falls apart when you need it most. Cast iron is the opposite. The more you use it, the better the seasoning. The better the seasoning, the better it cooks. 40 years from now, it cooks better than the day you bought it. It's also indestructible. Drop it? Still works. Overheat it? Still works. Leave it in the rain for 6 months? Clean it? Re-season it? Still works. Your great-grandparents cooked on cast iron. Your great-grandchildren will cook on the same pan. If you take care of it, one pan lasts 200 years. When collapse comes and everyone's electric kitchen is dead, this is the only cookware that functions. No alternatives, no replacements, no manufacturing. The cast iron pans that exist right now are the last generation. When these are gone, they're gone. Smart preppers have 3 different sizes: 8-inch for small meals, 12-inch for family cooking, 14-inch for groups. Total cost $90. Post collapse value $2,400. You already have one in your cabinet. You just didn't know you were sitting on $800 of survival currency. Number 3, manual coffee grinder. The manual coffee grinder, hand crank style. You paid $25 on Amazon, maybe sitting in your cabinet, maybe you don't even have one yet. Worth $500 when the collapse hits. Here's why this matters. Coffee is the second most traded commodity on Earth after oil. More people are addicted to coffee than any other legal substance. 70% of Americans drink coffee daily. That's not preference. That's chemical dependency. When supply chains break, coffee withdrawal starts in 48 hours. Headaches, fatigue, depression, brain fog, irritability, physical pain. And here's the problem everyone misses. Ground coffee goes stale in weeks, loses flavor in days once the bag opens. After 6 months, it tastes like dirt. But whole bean coffee, stored properly in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, lasts 10 to 20 years. Full flavor, full caffeine, full value. The problem is you can't drink whole beans. You need to grind them. Electric grinders are everywhere, but when the power dies, every electric grinder in America becomes a paperweight. Blade grinders, burr grinders, expensive machines, all dead. A manual coffee grinder works forever. No electricity, no batteries, just you, the crank, and mechanical advantage. Grind beans into usable coffee in 2 minutes. This isn't just about drinking coffee yourself. This is about trade value. Coffee addicts in withdrawal will trade anything: food, ammunition, labor, information. They're desperate. They're suffering. They'll pay premium prices for relief. You store 50 pounds of whole bean coffee. It costs $200 today. With this grinder, you can convert beans into trade currency on demand. Grind fresh for maximum value. Without the grinder, those beans are just decorative. With the grinder, those beans become 50 pounds of barter gold. Smart preppers store whole beans and have 3 manual grinders, 1 for use, 2 for backup or barter. This $25 tool turns $200 of beans into $20,000 of trade value. Morale matters in collapse. Coffee keeps people sane. This grinder keeps coffee flowing. Number 4, aluminum foil. Heavy duty, the thick stuff. You paid $8 for a roll at Costco, sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. You use it to cover leftovers and wrap potatoes. Worth $500 when society collapses. Here's why nobody sees this coming. Aluminum foil has 37 survival uses. Not 3, not 10. 37 documented applications that keep you alive. Cooking surface when you have no pans. Wrap food directly in foil, throw it in coals. Cooks perfectly. Food storage without plastic bags or containers. Wrap meat, seal edges, and keep it fresh longer than you'd think. Signal mirror. The smooth side reflects sunlight for miles. Search and rescue sees this. So do rescue teams. So do allies. Fire reflector. Place behind fire reflects heat forward. Doubles warmth output. Makes small fires heat like big fires. Faraday cage for electronics. Wrap phones, radios, USB drives in multiple layers. EMP protection for critical devices. Wound dressing. Clean foil creates a sterile barrier over burns. Reflects body heat back to injury. Medical applications are real. Fishing lure. Shiny foil attracts fish. Wrap around the hook, creating a flash in water. Catches food. Funnel for water collection. Shape into funnel. Collect rain, dew, condensation. Water procurement tool. Sharpening surface. Fold foil multiple times. Used to sharpen knives in an emergency. Not ideal, but works. And here's what makes aluminum foil worth $500. You can't manufacture it without industrial civilization. Making aluminum foil requires electricity, factories, rolling mills, and chemical processing. Post-collapse? Impossible. The foil that exists now is the last foil humanity will have for decades. It's also finite. Each use consumes foil. Tear off sheet, it's gone. That roll in your drawer represents maybe 200 uses. When it's gone forever. Smart preppers store 10 rolls. Heavy duty only. Restaurant supply thickness. Total cost, $80. Post, collapse value, $5,000. One roll handles cooking. One roll handles signaling. One roll handles medical. The rest? Pure trade value. People will pay premium prices for something that solves 10 problems with one material. You already have one roll. Buy 9 more this week. Number 5. Water purification tablets. You paid $15 for a bottle of 50 tablets, sitting in your emergency kit or medicine cabinet, maybe expired. Maybe you forgot they're even there. Worth $2,000 when the water system fails. Here's the reality nobody talks about. When the grid goes down, municipal water treatment stops within hours. Pumps need electricity. Chemicals need delivery trucks. Distribution needs pressure systems. All dead. Within 48 hours, everyone is drinking from contaminated sources, rivers, lakes, ponds, puddles, whatever they can find. Cholera kills in 24 hours. Dysentery kills in 72 hours. Giardia makes you wish you were dead. E. coli shuts down your kidneys. Cryptosporidium destroys your intestines. Clean water isn't convenient. Clean water is survival. Boiling works but requires fuel and time. Filters work but clog and break. UV pens work but need batteries and clear water. Water purification tablets work in swamp water, in dirty rivers, in questionable ponds. Drop 1 tablet per liter, wait 30 minutes, drink safely. No fuel needed, no electricity, no moving parts, no maintenance, just chemistry and time. That bottle of 50 tablets, 50 liters of clean water, 50 days of survival for one person. Or trade value worth your weight in gold. Because here's what makes these tablets worth $2,000. Everyone needs clean water every single day, no exceptions. No alternatives that work this reliably. Desperate people will trade anything for water safety, food, weapons, labor, their last possessions. Because dying of dehydration is 3 days. Dying of dysentery while drinking contaminated water is worse. Smart preppers store 5 bottles minimum, 250 tablets total. 1 tablet per person per day. That's 8 months of water security for a family of 4. Cost today, $75. Value in collapse, $10,000. The tablets don't expire if stored properly. Dark, dry, cool, they last decades. You already have 1 bottle somewhere. Find it. Buy 4 more this week. Next item is something you walk past every single day. Number 6. Quality kitchen knife. Carbon steel, not stainless. You paid $40. Sitting in your knife block or kitchen drawer. Maybe you use it daily. Maybe it's your favorite knife. Worth $1,500 when everything collapses. Here's what separates survivors from casualties. Stainless steel knives need power tools to sharpen. Belt sanders. Electric grinders. Whetstones work but take forever, and most people don't know how. Carbon steel sharpens on a rock. Literally. River rock, concrete, brick, anything abrasive. 5 minutes and your blade is razor sharp again. In a collapse, that difference is everything. Your fancy stainless kitchen knife dulls in 3 months of heavy use, can't sharpen it properly. Becomes a letter opener. Useless for food prep. Worthless for defense. Carbon steel blade dulls. You sharpen it on a rock, back to razor sharp. Repeat forever. The knife your great-grandfather carried still works today. Same blade. This isn't just about cooking. This is about survival processing. Butchering game. Processing fish. Cutting rope. Carving wood. Making tools. Defense when necessary. A sharp knife is 10 tools in one. A dull knife is 0 tools in one. Here's what makes carbon steel worth $1,500. It's the last knife you'll ever need. 1 quality blade maintained properly outlasts you. Most people have stainless knives that become expensive garbage. Smart preppers have carbon steel that becomes heirlooms. Mora. Old hickory. Victorinox carbon steel models, $40 to $80. Buy 2, 1 for use, 1 for backup. Also buy a sharpening stone, $20. Learn to use it now. Practice until the sharp blade becomes muscle memory. Your knife is only valuable if it stays sharp. The next item costs $10 and everyone over 40 needs it desperately. Number 7. Buckets with lids. 5-gallon, food-grade plastic, Gamma Seal lids. You paid $12 each at Home Depot, maybe sitting in your garage, maybe you don't have any yet. Worth $800 each when infrastructure fails. Here's why versatility equals value. Water transport. Carries 5 gallons 40 pounds, handle makes it portable, lid keeps it sealed. One person can move enough water for a day. Food storage. Airtight. Rodent-proof. Bug-proof. Keeps rice and beans dry for years. Stack them. Organize them. Protects your supplies. Makeshift toilet. This is the reality nobody wants to discuss. When sewage systems fail, you need somewhere to go. Bucket with trash bag. Lid contains smell. Dignity in disaster. Washing station. Fill with water. Wash clothes by hand. Wash dishes. Wash body. Clean wounds. Basin for hygiene when plumbing dies. Tool storage. Organize equipment. Keep things dry. Protect valuables. Categorize supplies. 5-gallon bucket holds everything. Emergency seating. Flip it over. Instant stool. Supports 300 pounds. Sounds stupid until you've stood for 6 hours. The bucket is the Swiss Army knife of containers. 1 item. 15 uses. Here's what makes buckets worth $800. When they're gone, they're gone. Can't manufacture plastic without oil refineries and factories. The buckets existing now are the last generation. Smart preppers have 20 buckets minimum. 10 for water, 5 for food storage, 5 for everything else. Cost today, $240. Value in collapse, $16,000. Get food grade only. Regular buckets leach chemicals. Food grade is safe for drinking water and food storage. Also get Gamma Seal lids, twist on, twist off. Regular snap lids crack and break. Number 8, magnifying glass. $15 on Amazon. Real glass lens, not plastic. Probably in your desk drawer or toolbox. Maybe your grandfather gave it to you. Maybe you use it to read fine print. $900 when everything stops working. Fire from sunlight. That's the power you're holding. No matches needed, no lighter needed, no friction needed. Just glass, physics, and the Sunday angle the lens. Focus the beam. Tinder catches fire in 30 seconds. You have infinite fire as long as the sun exists. Matches run out. Lighters break. Ferro rods wear down. Batteries die. This never stops working. But fire starting is just the beginning. Reading microscopic text, medicine bottle instructions, expiration dates, maps, documents, serial numbers. Critical information becomes readable. Splinter removal. See the wood fiber under skin. Extract it cleanly. Prevent infection before it starts. Wound inspection. Check for debris. Identify infection signs. Close examination saves lives. First aid precision matters when doctors don't exist. Tool inspection and repair. See hairline cracks. Identify wear patterns. Fix problems before catastrophic failure. The magnifying glass is survival optics. Seeing details other people miss keeps you ahead. Here's why it's worth $900. It's fire on demand and medical tool combined. 2 critical survival functions. 1 simple device. 0 maintenance. Glass doesn't break easily. Doesn't degrade. Works for centuries. Buy 2. 1 for daily use. 1 sealed in backup kit. Real glass only. Plastic lenses melt. Glass is forever. Number 9, disposable lighters. $20 gets you 50 Bic lighters at Costco. Each lighter costs 40 cents. You probably have 5 scattered around your house right now. Car, kitchen, junk drawer, camping gear. Emergency kit. $5,000 total when civilization resets. $100 per lighter. Fire is the difference between surviving and dying. Not philosophy, pure mathematics. No fire means no cooking. Raw food makes you sick. Parasites kill you slowly. No fire means no heat. Hypothermia kills in 3 hours when wet and cold. No fire means no water purification. Boiling is backup when tablets run out. No fire means no light. Darkness is dangerous. Predators hunt at night. Fire is survival. Everything depends on making fire reliably. Matches get wet and become worthless. Even waterproof matches run out fast. Ferro rods work but require skill and dry tinder. Most people can't start a fire with a ferro rod in ideal conditions. Wet conditions? Forget it. Magnifying glass needs direct sunlight. Cloudy day? No fire. Nighttime? No fire. Friction methods take 30 minutes and perfect technique. Bow drill. Hand drill. Fire plow. Exhausting. Unreliable. Last resort only. Bic lighters work wet, work in the wind, work at altitude, work in the cold. 3,000 strikes per lighter. Instant flame every single time. That's 3,000 fires from one lighter. 50 lighters equals 150,000 fires. Total cost, $20. Total fire-making capacity, enough for 10 years of daily fires. Trade value is insane because fire is non-negotiable. Someone cold and desperate will trade anything for a reliable flame. Store them sealed in Mylar bags. They last decades. Butane doesn't evaporate if properly stored. Buy in bulk. Hide in multiple locations. Never tell anyone your stash size. Number 10. Measuring cups. Cups and spoons. Sitting in your kitchen drawer underneath the spatulas. You use them for baking cookies and measuring rice. $700 when precision becomes survival. Cooking without measurements creates waste. Waste food when food is scarce equals death. Recipes need consistency. Measurements provide consistency. But cooking is just the surface. Medicine dosing. This is where measuring cups become life or death. Too little medicine doesn't work. Too much medicine kills. Antibiotics need exact doses. Pain medication needs precision. Children's doses are weight-based and unforgiving. No pharmacist to pre-measure, no prescription bottles with instructions, just you, raw medication, and the need to dose correctly. Measuring spoons are your pharmacy. Water purification chemicals. Bleach ratios for sterilization. Too weak, bacteria survives. Too strong, you poison yourself. Exact measurements matter. Seed starting solutions. Fertilizer mixing. Chemical ratios for preservation. Everything requires precision. Plastic measuring cups melt over heat. Warp in Sunday, crack under pressure. Useless after 6 months of hard use. Metal lasts forever, doesn't degrade, can sterilize in fire, works in any temperature, indestructible. The metal matters because this isn't temporary. This is decades of daily measurement. Consistency over years of collapse. Smart preppers have 3 sets. 1 for cooking, 1 for medicine, 1 sealed as backup. Cost, $45. Value, priceless when guessing kills people. Number 11. Stainless steel water bottles. $20 at REI or Walmart. Single wall stainless steel. Maybe you carry it to the gym. Maybe it sits in your car cup holder. Simple metal bottle that holds water. $600 when everything you know about water changes. Put this bottle directly into fire. Boil water inside it. No pot needed. No pan needed. The bottle is the cooking vessel. Plastic melts at 200 degrees. Glass shatters from thermal shock. Aluminum transfers toxins when heated. Stainless steel handles direct flame without damage. This transforms water procurement. Find questionable water source. Fill bottle. Place in coals. 10 minutes later, sterile drinking water. The bottle purifies and stores simultaneously, but it's more than water. Hot water bottle for hypothermia treatment. Fill with boiling water, wrap in cloth. Apply to core body temperature. Saves lives in cold emergencies. Cooking vessel for soup, for stew, for boiling food, for sterilizing medical instruments. 1 container, infinite applications. The bottle is portable infrastructure. Everything a pot does, this does while being carried on a backpack. Insulated bottles don't work this way. Double wall construction traps air. Can't put in fire. Limited to cold storage only. Single wall only. Wide mouth for easy filling. Screw cap that seals. Durable construction that survives drops. Buy 3 minimum. 1 in use, 1 in vehicle, 1 in backup kit. Total investment, $60. Value, having clean water anywhere, anytime, forever. Next item is $2 and solves problems you haven't thought about yet. Walk through your house tonight. Find these items. Comment below how many you already have. Then buy what you're missing this week. Not next month, this week. Subscribe for more items hiding in plain sight that become gold when SHTF. Next video, 10 bathroom items worth $500 each. Your house is a treasure chest. Start treating it like one. See you next time. And here's the crazy part. Your neighbor probably has these items too. They just don't know what they're worth. That's your advantage. Knowledge is the real prep. Comment gold mine if you found at least 5 of these in your house already.